Care Mac here, and today I've just been looking into the Xbox Game Pass. I saw a couple of adverts for this. Obviously I've known about this for ages. They do the Xbox Game Pass where it's a subscription service and you have access to loads of games. Like the initial thing that put me off is I just like having my games on Steam. I like having one service that I have all my games on, all my achievements are there. It's just a bit of a obsessive compulsive sort of thing. I don't have OCD, but you know what I mean. Just like for organisational purposes, to just have all the games in one place. So that's one main thing that put me off. I remember the days of Games for Windows Live where you had to, it was almost like downloading games as you would on Xbox but on PC, and then you had your achievements that basically went onto your Xbox account. It was a bit weird. I mean it kind of makes sense, I suppose, but I just wanted to look into this further and see if it's actually worth the subscription. So if you live in the UK like I do, currently it is £1, I believe. Yeah, so you've got your first month for £1 for the PC one. We're just talking about PC at the moment. I mean, if you wanted to get Ultimate, that's for, I think that's for both. So Ultimate is sort of a combination between PC and console, which I don't even have an Xbox anymore. I've got the original Xbox, but I haven't got a 360 or a One. So for the purposes of this video, we're just talking about PC. First month for £1 and then £7.99 a month, which obviously £1 for a month, I mean, you can't really complain. So I just want to actually look at the games, because you might think, well, for that amount, what, £7.99 a month, are these games just going to be dog shit? Well, we'll have a look. And like, I genuinely, I haven't subscribed to this at all. I'm just as curious as anyone else, so I want to really look into it, because I'm considering just doing the trial at least and seeing if it is worth it. But for me, before I look into the games, one of the issues I find, and I'm sure most other people do, is you can only really focus on one, maybe a few games at a time. Otherwise you're just starting from game to game and it almost seems a bit pointless. Like, I get that at times, and I'm sure other people do, where you load up Steam, you're not really sure what to play, and you might load up a game and be like, actually no, I can't be arsed. Then you load up another one and you're like, nah, can't be arsed with that either. And you just sort of, you're not really sure what you want. I feel like a subscription service like this will just enhance that. You'll have all these games, and there'll be the temptation to jump into a new game will be so high, unless you have the discipline of a monk, that you'll just be darting between games, and it will seem like maybe you'll never complete a single game, or maybe you will, I don't know. But we'll have a look at what games I've got for a start. So yeah, join now for £1. Right, where are your games? Let's see where your games. Here we go. No, that's still not it. Right, yeah, I want to see all the games. So it comes with its own, yeah, it comes with its own app for PC. So here we go. So we've got the console games. Yeah, we don't want that. We want the PC games. That'll load. Yeah, okay, so that's on. Right, so we'll go from the top, and I'll be honest, with games I've never heard of. Coral Island, no. Chivalry 2, yeah, I played quite a lot of the first Chivalry, a really good game. Paw Patrol Grand Prix, probably not. My son might play that in a few years. Plague Tale, I've heard good things about that. Evil, not sure. Scorn, mixed reviews about that. It's a modern game, that come out real recently. Grounded looks really good. I really want to give that a go. Slime Rancher, no, I've seen little bits of that. Proteus, never seen that. Build a Zoo, yeah. I'm just going to glance over the games that I genuinely don't know anything or much about. So apologies, I don't know all of it. Medieval Dynasty, that looks pretty good. Deathloop, heard mixed ones. Valheim, obviously really good. Dyson Sphere Program. Nope. Walking Dead Season 2. Yeah, these not heard of. I'm just going to go through a few pages, otherwise we'll be here all day. But Walking Dead, yeah, really good. I've played all of them. Telltale Games, sort of story-based game. It's actually really good. Like few games that have a really good storyline. 7 Days to Die, amazing. One of the best survival games out there. Not had that. Way Out, not 100% sure. I've heard quite a bit about it when it first came out. It's sort of like up to 2 player sort of prison escape thing. I don't know how good it actually is. So this is interesting. They've got all 4 Age of Empires. Now that is good. Like the new Age of Empires, I've never played it. I'd love to. That alone, you know, if you were to play that for £1 for a month, I mean, you've already made your money and more. Do you know what I mean? Alan Wake, played a tiny bit the first one. Alice Madness Returns, that gets a lot of good. Yeah, I've known someone who used to play that. I've seen it being played. It looks alright. Not really my sort of thing, but Alien Isolation, really good. Completed that. Fireteam Elite, I've heard mixed reviews. Among Us, really popular. Never played it. Anthem, that's basically what's it called? Destiny, isn't it? Ark. Okay, right, I'll do one more page and I'll stop waffling because we'll be here all day. Arx Fatalis. I really want to give that a go. I believe it's like a really old... locked, okay. Just want to see some screenshots. It's like a really old RPG game that you get for the original Xbox. Like, I'm a big original Xbox fan. I've got the original console and I kind of want to get this game. But okay, so let's look at this. You buy this for £3.99 and this is an old game. So we're talking about the first month, you're paying £1. You could try this and you can try all these other games I spoke about. Assassin's Creed, if you're into that. Back 4 Blood, I really want to give that a go. Loved Left 4 Dead. Bassmaster. I like fishing, I don't like American fishing. It's like they just catch bass and they just fish with spinners and lures. It's not really my cup of tea. Battlefield 5, 3, 4, arguably the best one, excluding 1942 or 2, obviously, but the best of the newer ones, I think. But then, how do the servers work with that? Because normally you'd play these on EA Origin, but I'm assuming they have a little deal with EA. It's similar to the EA Pass, like surely. The rest of these, I don't really know. So we've had a look at the first 60 games, and you know, let's say me for example. I mean, we'll talk about the first month, right? So you're paying £1. Grounded, that's a game that I could sink hours and hours into, and it's probably one that I would stick to solely until I'd completed it, depending on how long it takes to complete, obviously. Valheim, that's like an online sort of game, so you'd sort of jump in and out of that. Scorn, I've heard that can take, you know, you can complete it in about 4 hours. Chivalry 2, again, online game, you're going to play them forever until you get bored of them, basically. You can't really complete them, can you? Plague Tale, that's a story-based game, so I don't know how long that will take. Walking Dead, you probably have them done in a few hours, maybe. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, maybe 8-ish hours. That might be a bit much. 7 Days to Die, again, if I look at my Steam library, I've sunk about 300 hours into that. Age of Empires, again, hundreds of hours. Alien Isolation, that's a good story game. Anthem, another online game, sorry. Ark, survival, again, you sink hours into that. But the only issue being, like I mentioned before, is that you get that sort of urge to jump into another game just because it's there. That's the only thing that puts me off. I mean, look, we've got 453 games here to choose from. I mean, if you can really, but not that much. You can play as much as you want. You can play this for 10 minutes. You can play that for 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. You can do what you want. It's your money. But I remember back when I was a kid, we would go into game shops and you'd buy a game for 20, 30 pounds, and you would play that religiously. That would just be the game, because we didn't have Steam, we didn't have any of the online services, so you had to go in and buy a game, and you would get that money back. You'd play that game religiously until the next game come out. But now it's much easier to just jump into one, jump into another, but then that's just how the world is right now. So I mean, to say about the £1 for a month, you can't argue that that's good value. Like, it's just, you can't. I mean, I think I'm gonna give it a go. I've never used it before. I think I tried the Xbox One a year or two ago. What sort of puts me off is it's got its own app. I think it's got its own app, and I think it will essentially, if you already have an Xbox account, it will tie to that. So your achievements, your library, everything will be linked to that. Which is fine, unless you just hate Xbox. Command & Conquer Remastered, yep. Still haven't played that. Commandos 3, absolutely loved that originally. This the HD Remastered, so it could be shit. Cooking Simulator, Crusader Kings, like, I mean, all the, does it run Crysis? My laptop probably doesn't. 3 Dead Spaces, yeah, first one amazing, second one okay, good, second one good, third one, yeah. They should have stopped at 2. Death Stranding, okay, that was really popular, never played that. Destroy All Humans, I think that's the remake one. That looks good, like I do want to play that. But anyway, I'm just getting stuck in here. But seriously, for £1 for a month, I mean, unquestionable, that's value for money. £8, is it $7.99? How much is it? It's $7.99 to play all of those games. I mean, the only thing that I'd worry about as well is getting really stuck into a game and then remove it from the library, so then you have to buy the game again. But you'd hope that the popular games they would keep on there for a while, unless it's some like clever marketing tool where they pull some of the popular games so that you end up buying them separately. Maybe they do that, I don't know, but I think I can conclusively say it's pretty good value for money. I mean, especially if you're in the UK at this time, like, times are pretty hard. Cost of living crisis, all that shite. If you can't afford $7.99, then just don't do it. Just go on Steam sale, buy something for 30p. I don't know, like fucking Dog Walker Simulator or whatever they've got going. Just crack on with that. Save up and buy a game that you actually want to play. But I mean, I've got like Spotify subscriptions. It's the same price as this, and the amount. Doom Eternal, yeah, fair one. Doom 3, yeah, I've already got that. But anyway. Dungeon Keeper, I don't know where they come up with this. I've seen this before. What is this cover art? That's not original. That's like they've that's modern, and I don't know where that's come from, because I played Dungeon Keeper when I was a kid, when it first pretty much came out on a big box, the big box sort of stuff. I remember Dungeon Keeper 2 as well. That's the original art. That is not. I don't know what that is. It looks fucking weird. But anyway, sorry, I am waffling again. Got all the Fallouts. Far Cry 5, Farming Simulator. Kind of want to play that, to be fair. For Honor, nah, not interested. Got the Forzas, I wouldn't mind giving them a go. I mean, I've obviously played some of the original ones for console. I've never played it on PC though. Got Halos, the list is pretty insane. If you think how much you're paying, Hitman Trilogy, is that actually the original, or is this Hitman 3? Because Hitman went a bit weird, it got all like episodic, but let's look at that for £83.49. Okay, I mean, who's going to buy that really? Right, so let's ignore that anyway. But it brings on to a good point. Let's see how much Humankind, that looks quite good. Let's see how much that is if you just buy it. $39.99. So Iron Harvest, really want to play that. But so what are Microsoft gaining here? I mean, are they really making their money's worth? Oh, that's only 2.5 stars. Maybe it's not that great. You know, are they really getting their money's worth? Like, are they relying on people? Let's say you're an average person. You sign up to this. You're paying $7.99 a month. You sort of forget it. I don't know. Let's say you have it running for 6 months. So because I'm bad at maths, let's do this, shall we? £7.99 times 6. $47.94. And how much is Humankind? $39.99. So if you pay for 6 months subscription, you've only paid like an extra £8 on top of that. So how many games are you going to play in 6 months? You're going to play more than one, aren't you? You play a lot more than one. So yeah, when you look at it that way, it's sort of unquestionably good value for money. You can't really argue. That's only got 2.5 stars. That looked really good to me. I mean, that's £25. And also you can cancel it anytime, you know. Yeah, it just almost seems too good to be true. Medal of Honor War Chest. I've still got that physical copy somewhere. Like I said, my only issue would be I just couldn't stick to one game because there's so many. I'd have to really limit myself. I mean, you of course you don't have to just stick to one, but when you're looking at these sort of story-based games, you know, you kind of want to complete them. You want to get that sort of feeling of accomplishment. Panzerkorn. Yeah, you don't want to be just darting between. I mean, you do whatever you want. That's just me personally. I struggle even with Steam. Like, I look at my library and there's ones that I've never even touched. You just buy them on a Steam sale and then that's it. Populous. That is a good game. I've never seen that cover. Wait, what? No, not Coral Island. Where is it? Actually, I think it's Populous 2 that I played. Oh yeah, there it is. Wait, what? Trials of the Olympian Gods. That must be a... Okay, it's not coming up with anything. Why is that? Quick look. Give me a quick look. Populous 2. No, that's not the one I played. Really good strategy game, that is. Psychonauts. That's a popular game. I've got, if any of you are original Xbox collectors, I think I've got the physical copy of that. That's held its value quite well. I think you can sell that for about £30 now. I mean, I might be wrong, but I know it's more than that. Quake. All the Quakes. Rainbow Six. Rise of Nations. Sea of Thieves. That I've been wanting to give that a go. I've heard mixed reviews about that, but... Right, anyway, I'm going to stop going through the games, but the aim of this video was to just look, and it was just made this video completely on a whim. I was just saw some ads for Game Pass, and I thought, you know what, I might actually give it a go. So I thought I'd do a bit of just on the cuff research, just pretty much what I've been talking about now. I know a little bit about it, but after looking at this, I mean, it kind of seems like a no-brainer, you know. If you got the spare £7.99, I mean, if your gas and electricity isn't £9,000 a month, as it seems to be rising to, and you can stretch to this before we're all living in a nuclear wasteland, which is inevitably coming our way, then why not treat yourself? Why not? Why not? Before Putin ruins it all. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to leave that there. I think we've delved in a little bit and I'm starting to waffle absolute shite. So I should probably stop now. But my opinion, I'd say this is good. If you can get over the fact of not having your games on Steam or whatever you selected, your digital download of choice is, like mine obviously being Steam and most normal people's is Steam. I mean, if you use Epic Games, you're a fucking weirdo. Nah, I'm joking. Use whatever you want, but if you can get over that of not being able to, you know, have all your achievements on there, have your games tracked on there, then this is good. I mean, if Steam did this, it would be like a no-brainer, definitely. But yeah, so as a recommendation, I would say I'm definitely going to give this a go for £1. I mean, it doesn't even buy you a pint, and I get a month of entertainment for that. Why not? So yeah, my final opinion is definitely worth giving it a go. If you've got any suggestions in the, I'd love to hear some feedback on this, like why people think that it's shit, or if they like it, or what puts them off. Like, I'd really like to know, to see if people have the same opinions I do, because there's something about it that puts me off, and I'm not really sure why. Because financially, it's like the best deal you can get, essentially. Even if you played, you know, I've gone into Steam and I've bought games that I've regretted. I mean, sometimes I return them. I bought games for more than £10 and just never played them. But to have, you know, a whole subscription for $7.99, and you can just jump into any of these games, like, I don't see what the problem is, really. But yeah, I'd love to hear your comments. If you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm right, if you've got different opinions, I'd love to hear it, because I'm pretty interested in this, and I'm definitely going to subscribe for a month. I am in no way endorsed by Microsoft, because I've got about 10 followers, so there's no way they would sponsor this. This is my genuine thoughts and opinions. So if you can prove me wrong or prove me right, then please, I'd love to hear it in the comments, and I will end the video there. So thanks for listening. In the future, I might just make some more of these just random waffle videos, because I enjoy sort of just talking shit. If you hate it, then tell me to shut the fuck up. If you don't mind it, then like it and comment, subscribe, please, because it helps the channel out. So yeah, anyway, again, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Care of Mac, out.